How's it going, everyone? It's Aaron back out with another Jeep Wrangler JK video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to run 35-inch tires without a lift. I am running indeed without a lift on stock suspension. I got no body lift, no suspension lift, no nothing. I am running 35 by 12.5 by 17 BF Goodrich mud terrain KM3s on Pro Comp Series 40 Vertigo black rims. These are 17 by 9 rims. They have 4.75 back spacing and they have -6 millimeters offset. So they give the Jeep a nice little bit of poke. Before I actually show you guys what to remove, the only tool you're going to need is some sort of pry tool. You know, you can get these at Harbor Freight for, I think I got them less than 10 bucks, and you get like 4 of them. But I'm going to be showing you guys where you do rub without removing this one thing. The only part you do rub is actually the splash shield air dam under the front bumper there. It's the only thing you're going to need to remove that you rub on. It's really easy. There's just 6 clips you'll have to remove, and that's the only thing I rub on. I actually do rub in the rear too. Well, I rub on the fender flares and the inner fenders if I have a lot of suspension articulation and flex, and a lot of travel and suspension. Occasionally, if I go down a lot of bumps, there's a lot of suspension travel. The back tires will actually hit the flares because they actually stick out maybe an inch or so past the flares, which I'll show you guys that. But before we get into removing that windage tray splash shield type thing, I'm going to show you where it rubs on it, and then we'll get into removing that, and yeah. Okay, and now, as you guys can see in the last few clips, that it in fact does rub on this corner, splash shield. So you want to remove that. There's a push pin right there and identical on the other side. And if I go under the Jeep, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna move those next. I just wanted to show you guys the bump stops real quick. So there is that much space between the axle and the bump stop, so it is a little limited. I don't think I've bottomed out the bump stop yet, but I just thought I'd mention that to you guys. As you guys can see, I have plenty clearance here in the back. I don't have any rubbing. If I actually feel my hand, I do feel a little bit of roughness on top of the fenders, but I have plenty of space in the back there. It's kind of hard for you guys to see, but there's not too much space. And then if I just turn the wheel all the way to the right again, you can in fact see that the tire is in contact. Well, it's not at the moment, but if I was holding the wheel all the way to right, turning block, it would be rubbing on it and whatnot. But this is the clearance in the front. You have space between the bumper and whatnot. And let me turn the wheel again a little bit more back. So there's a little bit of space, but I haven't run into any clearance here, but I got about a finger width between the bumper and the tire. Keep in mind, these are mud terrains, so if you're running just like some all terrains, like the KO2s, the BFG KO2s, like I ran on the Patriot, you won't have such as aggressive lugs, so there'll be more clearance. But yeah, now we're gonna get into removing those bumper clips real quick. and we're gonna take off that splash shield, and we're gonna go back to looking at the clearance. All right, so like I said, there are gonna be these little clips under here. You're just gonna wanna take your trim tool, pop them out. They're 2-piece clips like that. There's gonna be 6 of them, 4 of them on the bottom here, like I said. And they come out pretty easily. Sorry if this isn't the best camera work. It's hard doing this by yourself. So see, that one came out with the center part, and then the bottom piece. These quarter ones could be a little trickier. There's not as much space, but you can get them just fine. I just dropped my tool on my phone. But like that's all 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 down here. And then you have the 2 I mentioned before. So if you have stock tires, this would be a lot easier. But you know, I have my large 35s on right now, so you're gonna want to just try to do this. Honestly, I would do this while you have your factory tires on, or in fact just turn the wheel, which is what I'm probably gonna end up having to do because there is barely any space here. Oh, there we go. That's one side. Apologize for my fingers in the view of that. Just realized that. I'm gonna come to this side. It's probably gonna be worse because I'm not a fucking lefty. So, and that's that. So now that is off, as you guys can see. So that shit there. And eventually I'm going to be getting a stubby front bumper with the bull bar and whatnot. I'll go over that when I get it and installation and whatnot. But that's what it's going to look like underwards. I would definitely get some sort of protection when you go off-road, because you have, I believe you have a vacuum pump right here, and it could get damaged. But like you see now, there's nothing for that tire to rub on there. So actually just turn on my Jeep once more real quick. Grab the keys, start the Jeep, and if I just turn the wheel all the way to the right, there's absolutely no like rubbing anywhere. There's nothing for it to rub on, so that's pretty much what you're going to want to do to eliminate the rubbing you get. I'll turn the wheel all the way to the left now, and you guys see the other side as well. As you can see, there's still nothing there for it to rub on, so removing that splash shield there, a good thing to do. Now, I made a video on reprogramming the speedometer, because it will be wrong after you put on some 35s, 37s, 40s, whatever size you're looking to do. So I made this video before this one. Actually, it's going to be going up after this one, but I got the rough country speedometer calibrator. It calibrates the speedometer, reads error codes, and it also fixes the automatic shift points. Reprograms the ECM so it shifts better, which I actually have noticed a difference. I am running on stock gears. My Jeep unfortunately only has 321, so it's it feels a little bad sometimes, but the more and more I get used to it, the better it feels like it's driving. Like when I first put these on, obviously I noticed a pretty significant difference. You know, it was kind of holding gears longer, and it was just like shifting really weird. I programmed the speedometer to fix the shift points and whatnot, and I definitely feel like it's, you know, shifting normal again. I am eventually thinking about re-gearing, so I was thinking like 410s, like running 410s. If you guys, I don't really see myself going 37s anytime in the near future. So I think 410s is good, but if you guys have any gear recommendations, let me know, because it's something I definitely want to do. The braking is a little bit worse, but it's not too bad. I have the factory brakes on right now. Well, like factory replacement brakes, obviously. But I eventually am maybe going to like a power stop or a Terraflex big brake kit or whatever. But as you guys see, BF Goodrich Baja Champion, Mud Terrain, TA KM3s, and 35 12.5 by 17 inch. So I just point that out. Another thing real quick, I'll discuss the poke of my Jeep. There is the poke. It's about the same I had on my Patriot, which I really like. I'm eventually going to get stubbier fender flares, so I'll have a little bit more poke, but a little bit more stance to it. But I like how it is at the moment. I like it a lot. Gives the Jeep a really nice look. You know, I like it a lot. But I might eventually run like 1.5 inch wheel spacers or something. But yeah, that's pretty much it on running 35s on a stock Jeep JK with no suspension lift or body lift. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Leave a like if you found this video helpful, and if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more Jeep Wrangler JK videos, and I'll see you all next time.